we have a whole segment in there. Yeah, my I gotta bring those back. Shooting the shits. We gotta come back and do that. Like I feel to have an actual like. I guess it's a talk show, not a podcast.
All right, so here, since we're talking about it, I'm sure it's to the Ashley. Since it wasn't supposed to be like an interview podcast, this is more like the real life shit.
Yeah.
Some real nigga conversations more than like a question and shit. But this whole want me to ask like what like artists did you like look up to, like what artists like
might as well do it.
motivated you to like start rapping, and
well,
then
let me get another dab so we can get into that conversation,
and then
we'll
when
be
you
here
first wrote a rap. What was like the like what got you like what made
there's
you
a story to that.
Okay, yeah, we got to get that.
There's a lore.
For those who don't know, that's like folklore, you know.
All them tall tales y'all like to tell. This is the truth, and it's called folk tales. Or Lord, you say lore, that's a tale again.
I like that shit, bro. All them tall tales.
See, I'm making this shit, goddammit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck. No, yeah, you ever see Snoop Dogg's GGN News?
Oh, fuck.
It's just like that. That's basically where I ripped from. I take rapid fire, the this or that, finish the phrase. I took all that shit. And then I got the Valley vlog that I used to do before we started doing the streaming, because now we'll be able to do the IRL shit, which is basically a live vlog. And then we're going to do the house visits for like gaming interview type deal for like, you want to come by, and then if Ace wants to pull up and just bullshit, blaze it, and just fucking play games or whatever.
When he gets back on the crew.
Hey, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah,
and then just do that shit.
All right, so we're gonna talk on what was the question again? Let's
music, like what were
my influences?
Like influences, like a couple artists that you took inspiration from, and how long did it take you to find your way to write a rap?
All right, so from the beginning, I never wanted to rap, bro. Like it was just hip hop was just something that I listened to, you know. And I got introduced to it from my uncle, where it wasn't like this is rap, listen to it. It was just like I'm there chilling and I'm listening. Yeah, you feel what the fuck? Like I would say earliest memories without having like a understanding of what the fuck it is would be like the Chronic, you know, Dr. Dre, the Chronic. You feel me? A lot of Bone Thugs, Snoop, show, you know, Doggy Style. I would say a lot of shit that was on the radio at the time was like, it was just a trip where I would hear shit that my uncle would listen to, which was more like the gangster shit, and then you hear stuff on the radio where it was like, you hear fucking Outkast like, ain't nobody.
Yeah, that funkiest type.
Like, so I didn't really know like the regions. Like I didn't know this was West Coast, East Coast. I just knew it was rap.
Yeah.
So that's how I categorized it: hip hop and rap. And then once I got a little older, so like I'm saying, earliest memories probably from like, I know it sounds crazy, but like 4 or 5, bro, all the way to like when I was 7, I bought my first CD, which is DMX.
Hey, that's
Grand
right.
Chant.
That's right.
My first CD was Millennium. Will Smith, nigga. Nah.
Willie Smith. Man, Jazzy Jeff, bro. Shout out to Jeff.
Hey, he's a real one.
Yeah, bro, that's that.
He's a real one.
My motherfuckers don't know, bro. But that's early memories was that, and I would say, like I said, when I bought DMX, bro, like 50 Cent was barely coming up, bro. My uncle put me up on game with 50, but I was still too like young to get the like mixtape 50, like the early like not, I wouldn't even say mix. It was like what was it? The Power of a Dollar? Is that the name of the fucking thing?
I don't even remember.
When his features still
like the Ghetto Quran and all that shit.
His features still hella
I didn't know about that. My uncle
I remember
knew
that
about
one.
that, but once he came out with fucking a Go show, he signed the Dre
That
shit.
when he was blown up, or
That's when he blew up.
Yeah.
And that's when I was a kid. That when he was the biggest. But I think that would probably be like at the time like my favorite rapper. Where I didn't have a favorite rapper. I just listened to the most. Like I said, from anybody in between that, like Nate Dogg and Warren G. That was the earliest shit too. Fucking let's see, who else? Like Mobb Deep. I remember hearing the Shook Ones fucking song, bro, and that beat
Mhm.
before ever watching 8 Mile and none of that shit, bro. Just that. What up, son? Work.
They can't make that.
So all the kid like that type shit was just like I remember just tripping. It was on the brand CD that my uncle had, bro. And just hearing that shit like was like what the fuck. Andre Nicotino also, bro, was a very early fucking like Killer Whale. Hearing that song, Situation Critical. A lot of
slapping that shit on my way home.
I love that shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
too. I even skipped that because I was skipping songs. They hit Situation Critical. I skipped it like wait. Go back.
You got to play that
yeah,
one.
Too Short, E40, bro. A lot of California was. That's why like the East Coast. I feel like when I started my journey on like listening to music, it was like 7, 8 to like when I was started getting on my own shit. You know, like I was able to buy. Like I said, I would go to the store. I bought my own CD. I bought the fucking CD at hella early because I'd get like my allowance from my grandpa. I'd do like little chores around the house and shit, saved up my money, and then my mom just put the rest or whatever. And I went to Walmart and I got the CD, and I remember buying that shit, and I was like, oh, hella juice, and I got it. And I brought it back, and I was gonna show my uncle because like that's the thing that like you know he did, you know. So I was like, hey bro, look, I got the CD, I got the DMX. You did? Yeah, let's play that shit. Play that shit, put it in the CD deck, and the very first song, bro, you just fucking hear, like, you know, because he cusses a lot, and you just hear the censor. Oh, you ready? Oh, you fucked up.
You bought the wrong one.
What? He's like, you bought the fucking no cuss word one, bro. I'm like, what is
the radio?
What do you mean? He's like,
There's more versions?
Yeah, I was like, this is another. He's like, bro, look at this shit. He wouldn't go one of his CDs. He's like, look, you see that? This is parental advisory. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, fucking means that it has bad words in it. Look at this shit doesn't have that. So I go to Walmart next time and I'm like, do you guys have one with bad words on it? No, we don't sell. I guess Walmart doesn't sell CDs with bad words. I didn't know that shit.
Damn, I never knew either.
The fuck?
Well, that's why I got the now. That's when you get the now, fucking like the now 2. You know,
That makes sense.
So we had a place in Turlock that was called the Warehouse. And
Yeah, we have one of them.
Yeah, you had one. Yeah, bro, we had the Warehouse in Turlock.
So they turned to FYE or whatever.
Yep, then they turned to FYE, but before that it was the Warehouse.
Yep.
I remember being young, bro, going
like a Rasputin.
when 313, bro, Snoop Dogg and Warren G and fucking Nate Dogg came out with their album, bro, The Hard Way. That's like an album that not a lot of people know, but that's The Hard Way with Groupie Love was on. Fucking a lot of different songs. That was
my oldest brother was on it.
That was my shit. Yeah. Fucking album, bro, and like hella shit like that, bro. That was. The early 2000s, I remember fucking what Missy and Timbo were on the radio, hearing Aaliyah on the radio. Like, all that influenced me, bro. To, like, just, I guess, I to it so much that it became part of me. And then, like, what fucking Snoop came out with fucking that one song from the church to the palace and shit, fucking damn Neptune fucking beat and shit. See what it is, bam, boom. What you gonna do? Guess who rolling in that baby blue? You know what I'm saying?
It's so smooth.
Shit, bro. It was the most, bro, and like Exhibit.
That was like the literally the golden era.
Golden era, fucking even on the East Coast, fucking Jay-Z, Nas coming out with, because I had heard Illmatic. My uncle had I still have the original CD that my uncle had. But like he had Illmatic, and that shit to me was just like the beats on that shit was fucking that's when I hear East Coast, something when I would hear West Coast would hit me like up here.
Yeah.
And like make me like But when I heard East Coast and the way that like DJ Premier, even though he's from Texas, like he perfected the East Coast.
He did.
Fucking Pete Rock, I forgot. Fucking Large Professor. When I hear shit that's like real gritty East Coast shit, like I said, Havoc from Mobb Deep and shit. Not even just gritty, but just like the way that they sampled shit, it would hit me here, bro.
Yeah. And
it made me like search, like I said, I didn't know the name of Shook Ones for years. I just knew that beat and that song. I would hear it on. That's that song.
Damn.
Fuck, that's that song. I never knew the name of it until.
And you couldn't go look it up.
Until maybe 8 Mile. Until I came and I was like, "What the fuck was that shit?" And then I found it and I was like, "Now it's stuck with me." Like, for a long time, I was like, "What the fuck is that fucking beat? What is that song?"
Damn,
and that's what for years, like years, not knowing the title, but just knowing that shit and being a kid, like living with it. And as soon as you hear it, you're like, That's that fucking song.
Who
You feel? Oh,
are those
no,
people?
You know what? Fucking. You know where I found it? It was Mark Echo's Getting Up. The fucking graffiti
Damn.
game.
Wow.
That's where I found that shit, bro. Hell on
That's
Earth
what
and all
John
that
and them
shit.
were playing at the shop.
That was
Remember
my
that?
shit, bro.
Yeah.
My boy Frankie would let me borrow that shit because
Wow.
his mom's and dad bought that shit for me. I had a PS2, but my mom wasn't buying me games like that on the regular, you know. So he's like,
Nah, yeah.
that new, and he got the exclusive one. It came with the black book. It came with like real graffiti pages.
Wow.
Like, bro, that shit was ill.
I didn't know that.
That shit really. I think just because, like I said, bro, graffiti was something that
I tried to do that shit.
No.
third grade, bro.
I tried.
I remember listening on your shit.
Strong was
The
never my
Slogan
shit.
podcast, you said how you touched on all elements of it. And
I haven't
shit.
really talked about like the graph shit, but like I started getting curious about it like in third grade, bro.
Okay.
And I was very like,
That's why I was Jojo. You the homie that did this shit.
you feel me?
That's
And
why he's big into graphic work.
and it tripped me out because I would see like I live so
You see
where the G spot is?
See all
you know where the G spot is?
Yeah.
You know that little store right
Yeah.
there, like literally
Mhm.
10 feet down.
Yeah.
That was where they picked me up for the bus stop for my elementary.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
gaming
They
is.
picked
Yeah, I was
me
gonna
up.
say,
My
right,
great
yeah.
grandma would take me my mom would take me to my great grandma's house because she had to work.
Mhm.
So she'd take me to my great
Okay.
grandma who lives 2 houses down from me, from my house.
That's
My
dope.
great grandma would walk me to the bus stop, and I'd fucking
Fuck yeah.
just standing
So that's
there,
your
bro.
neighborhood right that's your
You see how close the train tracks
Yeah.
are to that spot, bro.
Yeah.
I'm face to face to that shit, and I can't help but
Right
see
there.
that shit.
all day.
And as a kid, all you are
Yeah.
is curious, and you're
Yeah.
asking questions, and
It's all colorful.
I'm asking them questions like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's the pandilleros. It's gang writing, like it's gang." And I'm like, "Fuck,"
I can
but it don't look like.
You came in and read this shit. I
'Cause
can't read that.
No, but I trip out where I'm like, fucking like, like as a kid, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, I see like I
Yeah.
see the gang banging,
Yeah.
fucking like chicken scratch type, and like
Yeah.
some other people knew
The
how to write and
X4,
shit,
yeah, the-
export
They
different
both,
shit.
yeah.
It wasn't that.
one. Yeah.
I was like, no, this is
artwork.
different. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that? Not knowing that it's from the East Coast, not knowing that this shit came
From
hip hop,
everywhere.
and it's from
Yeah.
the origin, not like the origins. Have you guys ever seen Style Wars?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
That makes sense.
Style
though.
Wars,
Think
bro.
about
That's
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's like
Subway.
that's
Yeah.
like the graffiti fucking documentary.
That's
That's
pretty
like
dope.
oh, bro.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
That's when
Yeah.
Joe always tried showing
We're
us.
in New
show
York,
the
though, like,
elements,
all that shit. I get.
bro. That's
It's like,
fine.
that makes sense though. 'Cause that's exactly the neighborhoods by the artwork that was in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
Like what, like you see, it's all like, don't be in this one or whatever. Like I'm saying.
Oh,
It's
man.
like,
I mean,
That makes
definitely
sense,
with
like-
gang graffiti and shit, or like
Mhm.
other
I
crews and
can't read
shit.
it.
Everybody's different, But
Some I can't either.
But that was
Some I
my
can't.
influence to that shit, So
Mm.
like simultaneously, the music and the graffiti are all coinciding, and it's all
Yeah.
it's all lining up because I'm
Yeah.
seeing it in videos, I'm seeing it in this,
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, so it
Started
makes
8
people
miles.
talking about it and shit.
Trade track.
And my boy Frankie, he had access because he lived down the street from like all his friends were like in junior high
Mhm.
and older. So like they were already writing and they knew about graph and
Okay.
they were giving him insight. And I'd look at markers. I'd see fucking markings on like certain shit, and I would see like black ink and like this ink and like there was like a white marker that I would trip out on where I was like, this shit looks like crayon but paste, but it's white.
Yeah.
With streakers. I
Mhm.
didn't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know about solid markers. And
I
shit,
didn't,
like the
yeah.
mean streaks,
Yeah.
the Sakura solids.
I was like, there's all that.
I didn't know about that shit, bro. But the white, that shit tripped me out. I was like, that's not spray paint. That's like I would walk
Yeah.
up to. I'd be walking around, bro. I'd walk up and down to her, like, bro, like I said, and I just like, cause I'd have to walk home from school or go here and go there to the homie's house or whatever, and I just like really like, what the fuck is this? Like like really
Yeah.
going to it, like, no, that's spray paint. This is something else. You know, like,
Yeah.
and then he would tell me like, "Oh, that's a streaker, fool." I'm like, "What the fuck's a streaker?" He's like, "Watch, I'll try to get one from them." And he'd fucking come back like, "Yeah,
I got one."
Like, what the- because like at the time, like what it was just Sharpies and Sharpie Magnums and all that
Yeah.
shit. But
Well,
like,
guess it's all
we're
pens and
toys.
all that.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
fucking toys.
Yeah.
We're young kids. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. You
I
feel
never
me?
even
It's
used
the
it.
one with the flat tip too.
Yeah.
That was in the room right there. I ain't never used it.
You feel me? So
Basically
like,
like this.
so
Some
like,
of them.
so like the evolution from like elementary to junior high was like learning the history of shit.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
didn't know a lot. And then when I figured it out, I was like, oh, okay, this shit makes more sense. But we still didn't know much.
Yeah.
It just we just knew enough to like
Where you can comprehend.
to comprehend and get a style formed, and that's like the beginning. Junior high was really like, okay, now I'm starting to form styles and I'm starting to understand how to like get letters to, because like, bro, I spent hours on that shit, bro. I spent hours on writing, and that's where the music came from too, because I mean,
you're listening to it.
I'm listening to that shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to become like, in junior high is when we started listening to like real underground living legends. And, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't listened to Murs in so long.
Shit, bro, I got an autograph fucking Murs fucking Ninth Wonder Final Adventure in my Jeep right now.
I remember when he signed to Tech 9 shit. I was like, what the
fuck
is going on?
Hey, but my boys are the ones that put me up on straight music. So in high school, that was such a fucking and it was after high school. It was like right after, because I want to say we graduated right when fucking Tech did that tour with MGK.
You graduated 2013.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 2013. You feel me? So like, it was a little bit after that, but I was putting my boys up on fucking Murs and them and like Living Legends, and then he just ended up signing with fucking Tech, and then they put me up on him, but because I know about Tech 9, like I said, early days when I was a young kid, like probably like 4th, 5th grade. That song, let's get fucked up, let's get high, let's get drunk, let's get fucked up. We got that weed that ain't no pump.
151 rum.
Tech 9. That's same era, same time.
We'll do some Malibu makeup. That's it.
Yep. Hey! And then we tried to do his Bay Area thing too. We made that Jelly Sickle.
Oh, Jelly Sickle.
That was pretty hard. That was pretty hard.
That shit's hard, bro.
Right.
He always
Tech 9's the shit.
He always had that, like, not West Coast.
He's got weird shit, but he's got good shit.
He knew how to like implement that shit, because I mean, Zapp and Roger, all that shit.
The city shit. That's a kid. Like, that's one of those staple towns too with the music shit too.
Definitely.
It's like.
So all that shit was just happening simultaneously, and like with us,
Zapp and Roger.
I just remember I remember even being in junior high, and I remember like when Soulja Boy dropped and hearing that shit, and I'm a kid, right? So I'm like, okay, I get it. It sounded fun. And there was a dance to it. And the thing that tripped me out was the bass. The only person that I really started getting into bass for was because of Pharrell. Pharrell was the only motherfucker fronting. That video fronting. That's my shit, bro. Ice cream, bro. And when he did that shit with Nori, he did fucking Super Thug. He did fucking that nothing. What you gonna do? What you trying to do? As a kid,
that was my my family's breakdance era.
I'm getting all that as a kid, so like. I think I had a certain standard to music and to this hip hop shit. So when Soulja Boy came out, I remember before I was ever like, oh, that shit ain't real hip hop. Like, I was just really like listening and like, okay, I like it, but I kind of think it's whack. Like, and I remember,
but I get it.
And I remember going, and like everybody in the school was doing the dance. Everybody liked it. That was a little bit younger.
Everyone started making.
But then it started coming out after that. That was the birth of that type of shit. You feel me?
Yeah, it really was.
Am I white?
Yeah, all of that.
Am I white?
Yeah, I fucked with that.
That was elementary for me, so that's what I'm saying. But by the time I got to junior high, we're already listening to Immortal Technique. We found Immortal Technique. We found fucking
that shit. That was the devil.
Oh, yeah. That shit one of the hardest. The devil, but fucking even fucking Point of No Return. I was fucking listening.
That's that deep shit though. People don't understand. People think that nigga's like his raps like demonic or all crazy like whatever. Cause how we talk.
That's the only song they know.
But no,
that's why.
First thing though, it don't matter. Even that shit's at a deeper level that they can't relate. Not even like I can't necessarily relate to, but shit they can't understand because like they can't fathom.
He said,
like,
"Man, the shit I've seen in life will make you choke by surprise, like in the water's fetus in a jar that opened his eyes, provoking my demise. I'll leave your spirit broken inside, like the feeling of 50 million people hoping you die, and just wonder why my heart is full of hatred and anger. Cause some bitch killed my firstborn son with the coat hanger. Struggled out the pain until my soul was empty and cold, crippled and worthless. So I thought that it could never be sold. My mother told me my place and my faith in God was an answer. But then I hated God because he gave my mother cancer, killing her slow like the feds did to the Black Panthers. The genesis of genocide, it's like a pagan religion, carefully hidden, woven into the holidays of a Christian. I had a vision of nuclear holocaust on top of me, and this is prophecy, the words that I speak from my lung. The severed head of John the Baptist, speaking in tongues like Che Guevara. My soliloquy speak to a gun. You feel me? I'm going to
I was wondering if you could keep going all the way too.
There's another one, Angel of
Like, I
Death.
know you can speak it.
Angel of Death is one of my favorite fucking verses from him with Outer Space. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song. He said, immortal technique, I live life strangling death. I walk through the land while the fallen angel is kept, but I will never bow down to a pagan habit like Roman gods that were faggots named after the planet. Like, he goes into deep.
He goes.
People don't understand. People don't know what pagans are. People don't know what fuck.
Pagan religion. That's what he said. It's like a pagan
people
religion. That's what made me. I didn't know what pagan. I didn't say
faggots. I was like, oh, you fucking talking shit about me.
I didn't know what pagans were, and he's the one that I first heard the word from, and so I started doing research into years later
religion.
all that crazy shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, this fool was
He was
motherfucker
on
was dropping more knowledge than I ever knew as a kid. But that was the type of shit we were having. Not even having we found, right?
Yeah.
Going on LimeWire, going on internet, going
It's
on
so
hip hop,
crazy how
underground hip hop blog,
Mm-hmm.
going to all these weird little white websites just to find shit. And then when Soulja Boy comes out, I'm like,
This is just stupid.
I really had like to question myself, like, do I like this?
Yeah.
Or am I tripping?
Yeah.
Do I have to like this?
Can I just put
Because
up with it?
everybody fucks with it. Like, okay, I get it. By myself, I was at home and I kind of liked it, but I was kind of like, that's kind of whack. Oh, there's somebody that I don't like. I went to school, seen everybody start doing the dance. Oh, you like it?
I got two left.
I went to my crew, bro. I went to my homies. Like I said, my boy Frankie, my boy, everybody that I kick it with. And I was like, hey, y'all hear that new Soulja Boy? Like, oh yeah, that one fool with the dance and the Superman. Yeah, you. Like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I was like, what do you guys think about that shit? Honestly, I think that shit kind of wet. Oh, that shit was kind. I'm like, all right,
Cool.
Because I thought that shit was so like I got the confirmation from my homies because I didn't want to be
That's
a fucking
funny.
hater, you know. But
Yeah.
there was so many different things that happened eventually that I kind of like. Okay, like and like you said, there's everything has a purpose, you know what I'm saying? But like a D4L or like a fucking Walk It Out, or, you know, like DJ Unk and all that shit, you know, like
Hey, baby.
and I was young and I was a kid during that time. And I
Utah
told
during that
even
summer.
that shit,
Hey, I was gigging to that thing.
That's the only song I ever
Boy
freestyle.
selling that, you wanna jack shit like no
Oh
jack,
my
just
God.
bought a Cadillac, throw some beans on that bitch.
God, yeah.
Hey, that was.
I heard
But
that
that's
so
that
long.
simultaneous, like that was the shit that I was just getting from the radio and the TV. But there was shit that you had to dig for.
You
Like,
had
there was
to.
certain shit like fucking like the Loonies
Real music.
and like you know what I'm saying, Play a
Yeah.
Hater and like fucking everybody know I got
Yeah.
5 on it, but there's hella different
I'm
songs.
dabbed.
Speaking of Looney, you ever let slap Looney
dabbed.
Coleon?
I've dabbed.
Looney
I've
Corleone. How do you know that I'm a gangster? Falling in love.
It's a slap. Oh, God.
I wanna do it.
That's just a slapper.
What's I got
Oh, I feel about that.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. Shit you have to search for.
Yeah.
Andre
Yeah.
Nicotina.
Yeah.
Shit you gotta search for.
No,
Shit that
real
you're
stuff
like,
like
nah, how come this isn't on the radio? Like, I have to question,
yeah.
like, what the fuck is the difference? And then you start understanding. That's why, like, signing to me wasn't a thing because I noticed, like, from the get go,
Yeah.
E40, Too
Mhm.
Short,
Yeah, they talk
everybody
about it.
doing shit like that. So,
out the trunk.
so let's fast forward a little bit to like high school.
People
So
dancing or people out the trunk.
freshman
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
I wasn't rapping. I was just strictly on some rap shit. I was about to drop out of school and already just
Okay.
like just be on some street shit.
I was
Not
doing-
know what the fuck my life was gonna be. You
I was
know what I
doing
mean? Like
like
I was
this rap
already
Mm-hmm.
sophomore
That's when the
year
older kids,
was a pivotal year because my mom's was just like really on me. She like had meetings with. Cause she's from Mexico. She came from Mexico.
Oh, okay.
But like she was brought here because she was a baby. So like when she grew up here, she grew up here. You feel me? But
Yeah.
she had a lot like all the culture,
there,
everything
yeah.
from there. You know,
Yeah.
my grandparents and everybody.
They brought it with them.
and it was different. It was a different
Well,
time
that's
back then.
right?
Mhm.
They had to kind of hide their not hide their culture, but
No, but
still you have to
You look
adapt.
down upon for speaking Spanish.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
That's
Bro.
what I
So
was-
my-
Yeah, that's
and
what
my mom had
thing.
an accent. She like
Mhm.
she's like even my friends didn't make fun of me. I got lucky. Like I had a lot of support at the time, you know. So like she grew up different, you know what I'm saying? But she also went to college. Like, she graduated high school. She graduated Turlock High and went to college. Like, she was the first one out of the family to go to college. And she said that's, you know. And then my aunt, her little sister, both
right there.
And my uncle was a stoner. And he's the one that kind of like...
It's cool if you don't.
He went to college for a little bit, but he was like, hey, bro.
I stepped foot in that motherfucker.
We're gonna grow 14 footers in the valley, make it look like homo. I'm like, what? I don't believe you. Like, what?
Oh, so you don't need college.
All the college kids.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna tell all my sister's friends.
Oh yeah, bro. So it was, that was around the time he caught me fucking smoking at 14, and then we just started learning together. But I think my mom was just like, because I was failing and everything, and I wasn't doing the work because I didn't want to. Not that I didn't understand it. Yeah. But she just was like, had meetings with my teachers and was like, he needs to do this. I don't know what he's doing. He's gonna fail. And they're like, well, I could maybe tutor him, or maybe we can do this, or maybe we can have him in a program. And I'm like, stop trying to figure me out. If I do this shit, y'all leave me alone.
I was the same.
They're like, but can you do it? I'm like, this is the easiest shit. So after that, I literally remember my teacher going up to me, and it was for history, bro, for fucking U.S. No, not U.S. It was world history. It was a cumulative test, which meant the shit that was on the test from last test is gonna be on this test too.
Oh shit!
So the mother. So yeah. So you gotta.
We already done learned that shit. I don't need to remember this.
So I remember, I half the year I didn't fucking pay attention, didn't do shit, didn't know what the fuck was going on. So the next half, when I started doing my work and doing what I was doing, I remember he went up to me and he showed me my test on my Scantron. He's like, Andrew, I want you to come in. I was like, so I went outside, showed me my Scantron. He's like, look at all this is the stuff that when you weren't paying attention, and when you not paying attention, but when you weren't doing your work, like, you know, we seen you weren't doing shit, and you got pretty much all of them wrong, but all the new shit. You got right. Yeah,
you know? When you paid attention.
Yeah, you know, he's like, so, hey, just keep up the good work, man. Like, you know, ever since, and after that, bro, I was doing good in school, but simultaneously to that, where I started just writing more and just getting down on my foot, because I was always good. Like, junior high, I had good grades. I wasn't, elementary, I was cakewalking. Bro. Like I said, I'll read for pizza.
Exactly. That's the reward, not the grade.
I think it was just more like, my question was like, why the fuck am I doing this? What the fuck is the point of it? I'm like, you gotta go to school, to go to college, to work. I'm like, so I'm just going to do this, to go fucking work. Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna do every day.
Like you, that's what you did. You're mad all the time. You don't even want to be like, you're always really upset. Like,
and that's what I have to look forward to is what you are right now. Like, I can't.
Like, there has to be more to it. Who made that up?
Yeah. Says who? He says who?
I always had that type of fucking
and why?
As a young ass kid.
I always got fucking in trouble. Why are you always questioning me? Like, because I need to know why. It don't make sense.
I would be questioning. Okay, in the Bible it says this, and they're like, because God loves you and God's everything. And I'm like, nah, but look, he said that he told this one to kill people, and he's sending people to kill. Like, you're saying. What the fuck?
But then he turned a couple pages, died on not kill.
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's so much shit that they don't like tell you. So that's why, like, I was always that kid. So simultaneously, that shit's happening. I've always been a person, like, I just spit a fucking verse from Immortal Technique. Yeah. Heart to heart. Yeah. I've always been that person where, like, I would entertain my uncle's homies where, like, they be kicking it, blazing it. And it's like, get out of here. Don't be fucking, like, what are you doing here? This little fool's kicking it with this, trying to kick me out, you know? And I'm like, ooh, da, 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 da. You know, just singing fucking, I was gonna clean my room because I got, or sing a palm down and shit. Just like bugs who used to stay in the slums, and they look at me like, what the fuck?
What do you know about this?
So that's the type of shit that I knew, like, was the intro. So
see that shit live, huh?
I remember walking into fucking, that's badass, bro. I remember walking into the locker room, sophomore year. My homie Nico was right next to my locker. I was about to, you know, going in to change, fucking for PE. And I'm walking in, and I would always have my phone on me in high school, and I fucking had my music blasting and shit. I would always risk it. I don't even know. My teacher said some
No, it
shit,
don't matter.
I got in trouble for my phone for everything.
Yeah.
In school all the
So,
time.
I just told you, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't taking my shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Give me
They were lucky I was at
exactly.
school.
Exactly. You get attention, but you ain't taking my shit. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Give me the paperwork.
But that's what I'm saying. Where like I just be listening to my shit and
You gonna see me for 2
and I remember walking in and I was just rapping that shit. I just prepared for the hatred, for my problems, for my hatred. We'll never get tuned up, rubbed off, erased. They dedicated the faithful to my camp. What about your camp? The teeny and my loved ones ain't stand. Stable, removed, soil tested and blocker proof. Really a good dude, but he can get you screwed from the school of helping rocks and lifesavers up in the socks, spitting and running from the. I'm walking in rapping this shit. I'm looking at my boy, changing my fucking, putting my combination, the dusty, the dirty, this murky. Ooh, I ain't nervous. I'm prepared. I ain't nervous. He's
paranoid. I'm not paranoid.
I'm prepared. I ain't nervous. Cooking birdies in the kitchen can't be slipping like a transmission. Gotta be on your feet. It's hard. How to be on your honest. How to make an honest living when your kids ain't got no clothes. Right? So I'm walking
back in minute, boy.
My boy Nico,
man, gotta stop playing.
My boy Nico, he rapped. He would have his PSP, and he had music on his PSP that him and his his older brother had a group, and he just had access to that shit.
He rapped with his older brother and then all his whole the basic clan. That's what my nigga Yo they was blood back there.
That's how I was doing.
The BST, that's what it is. They were like ninja.
They were like they spoke like Eli and Grouch and like the show you guys a living legend. That's the kind of shit that my nigga grew up like. That's what he like out the music he loved. But he also liked the Bay Area shit too, and like them saying like.
But that's a lot of
independent grind. But growing up in it, that's where you're from. But he liked that kind of music is lyrical, poetic shit.
Yeah.
The meaning behind it, not just some like
the
gangster rap, the metaphors. If you can't understand beyond what they're saying about bitches and money and drugs and all that, then you don't see the metaphors. If you can't see beyond that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's one of those things that like. I see on my ball.
Even if I was blindsided by Mack trucks on a highway in a foreign city, I still make it back home. No bulletin, no street lights, no other cars, no radio, no satellite. I still make it back home, connected to the universe like a string of lights on a holiday. Like that type of shit. Rap, like I was just, I don't know. Maybe we just came from a different time where lyricism really matters.
Yeah.
So that's me. I just love listening to it. So my boy Nico, who was a rapper, rap with his brother. And my boy Guy, who is Aztec's little brother, G-Lo, who I bought Aztec's CD at the lunchroom. So that's the type of shit. Like, I didn't even rap. I just heard somebody rap from Turlock. That's your brother? He raps?
Yeah.
I'll buy the CD.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I've been on that type of shit since the beginning. Like you said, representative.
I bought CDs out at a Target parking lot many times.
That's like shit, bro.
I tell people liquor store, I bought CDs from there. Same CD every fucking time.
Yeah.
So I walk into the fucking locker room. I'm rapping that shit. My boy literally just looks at me. He's like, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Is that you rapping? Like you wrote that?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, that's 40, fool." I wrote that shit. He's like, "Have you?" Like he just was serious as fuck. Like stopped everything he was doing. Was like not even dressing up. Fool, have you written anything before?
That's wild.
I'm like, no. I was like, written it. I was like, no. He's like, fool, you should write
like
a rap.
rapping it off. Yeah.
He's like, if you wrote a rap, it'd be fucking dope. And I was like, I laughed at him, bro. I was like, wrote a rap. I was like, fool, I don't fucking rap. I was like, you rap, bro. You and Guy rap. I was like, I don't do that shit.
That's y'all shit.
He's like, fool, he's like, you should. He's like, honestly, you should. And
I'm just gonna leave it there.
left it at that. And I was like, whatever, fool. Fucking dressed out, went to PE. Didn't think about it. Friday night, I'm at home. I'm just chilling. I'm drawing in my blackboard. And I'm kind of just like tired of drawing. And I'm like listening to instrumentals, bro. Like I'm literally listening to fucking instrumentals. And fucking Beanie single, I can feel it in the air, just came on. And I started writing to it. I don't know why. I just started writing, bro. I still have that black book with my first rhyme.
That's right.
I still have it.
What was the first rhyme?
It was whack as fuck.
Everybody had the same response.
I wrote it and I got halfway through and I noticed my cadence was like, it was about a girl. You feel me? I was a girl, heartbroken.
Okay.
Some bullshit.
Some good motivation.
About a month since she broke it. So much I don't understand what we went wrong. Like it was just stupid shit. And I was like, the cadence was like the words were cool, but the cadence to me, I was like, it's just whack. I'm like, fuck. And I turned the page over. I was like, let me restart. So I put another beat on, bro, and it was just suggestion, you know, on fucking YouTube, and it was fucking it was Dead Presidents from Jay-Z. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
I was a slobber.
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
I
fucked with Jay-Z, early Jay-Z.
And I wrote this. I still
Digging deep now.
I know.
Digging deep, man.
I remember it not too long ago, but that's all I'm trying to say. Fucking
So it's safe to say you're more of a writer, but you can freestyle still too, huh?
I could still freestyle, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I gotta use the muscle
It's
because
the
I haven't
music.
used it in a minute.
Whatever the sound is, huh?
Mhm.
Like you have to you write to this kind of sound and then like freestyle more like a different sound.
Like honestly, it's just the vibe, bro. I feel like it's environment,
Where-
vibe, and
Yeah.
the beat.
Yeah.
Like something just comes
Yeah.
out of me, and like
Yeah.
if I have just one word, I'll go off of that. If I overthink that word, it kind of hiccups. You know what I'm saying? But
True.
let me see if I can still remember fucking.
I'll go acapella, fucking beat, fucking.
That's right.
Everybody's shit, but I can't remember my fucking verse. And I would always have that. It was my first rhyme too, bro.
That's every rapper. I bet you probably don't know his first rhyme.
Bro, that's fucked up because I always see those. Oh, you gotta know it.
You gotta know
And
your
I'm
first
right
rhyme.
here just hella bliss.
Too short,
good.
40 verses.
Mhm.
He was like, shit, like, I don't even know the lyrics of this anymore.
Yeah. Not long.
Oh, I got it. Just go ahead and do it and say what's on your mind. I thought this shit would fix itself, but we just needed time. And now it's finally time to say regrets. I was a while, depressed and so upset. But this has made me stronger. I couldn't wait no longer. The heart feeds off of love, and now it dies of hunger. And just the thought that you left me fucked up my self-esteem. It's like I'm still asleep and need to wake up from this dream. And girl, you were my queen. No, I can't deny you that one. But now it seems you want me back. The tables turned on that one, cause it's so obscene. We lived the dream that everybody wants. No fussing, no fighting, man. I swear not even once. But I guess you couldn't stand the shit. No, you couldn't stand it. Don't know where we went. You needed higher standards. Bounce didn't look back just as if I didn't matter. Now I sit here alone, stuck, trying to gather all my thoughts and look and think about what could have went wrong. What was the cause that ended something that lasted so long? Can't believe that you're gone, but nothing lasts forever. Next time I really hope that I'll be more clever.
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah.
And that's why the last one was flat, and then the second one I was like, I had that dope.
That was the first real one.
That
Real good one.
rhyme right there.
Yeah.
That rhyme right there is what got me in the studio with Aztec, bro.
Yeah.
I met him
Yeah.
because I was at the fucking fair with his brother.
Drew,
He's like, hey, we're gonna go meet my brother, bro. And I'm like, Aztec, the one I bought the fucking CD, the one that has these songs. Like,
Yeah.
I love, man.
Damn.
I was like, bro, that's like his
That's
shit was
dope.
the shit to me because he's talking about Turlock.
Mhm.
And he's saying the only people that ever put Turlock in the rap before him was Spit Flame Fam and Natural High.
Damn.
Natural High is the original Turlock group from Turlock that nobody not a lot of people know about, bro. But if you're from Turlock and you're really from the West Side, it's an old group, bro.
Bloodstone, Natural. I think that's a song actually.
No. So Natural High back in the day, they used to beef with Darkroom, bro. Darkroom Familia, Sir Dino in there. It was a little beef going on back in the day, and there's lure to Central Valley rap.
There's Golly.
But they're from Tracy. I think Sir Dino's from Tracy, bro. I want to say I don't know originally, but that's what? Bro, Darkroom Familia, bro. Ask a lot of people, bro, don't know about it. But so Natural High was the Turlock group that was like they were our fucking Darkroom, you feel me? And they were independent. They pressed up cassettes. They had a Natural High cassette. My boy Aztec has the original. That shit's fucking ridiculous. And they have a song called Just Another Jam. It says just another jam from the West Side, Turlock, bang on the block, and on the block. Northern California, man, I should have warned you. Just another jam. And I got to meet and fucking what's his name? Insane, OG Insane from Natural High. You feel me? And it's dope to like connect the dots of like motherfuckers that did it originally. Like you're the one that I'm like, hey, bro. Like I told I gave him his flowers when I met him. I'm like, bro, respect OG. Like that shit is the first fucking Turlock song ever. Yeah. Like that's what we listened. Like if you knew what it was, that's how me and my boy Guy really linked up. Like we knew shit from real shit, you know, and like we ended up talking about music, and it was like, man, you know this, man. And then his brother rapped, and I was like, man, let me buy that CD. Ended up kicking it, went to the fair. He's like, hey, we're gonna meet my brother. Like, we're gonna meet up with my brother. I'm like, shit. So I met him. He's like, what's up, bro? Hey, you're the one that does the drawings and shit. You draw? I'm like, yeah, I fucking draw. That was my get down. You know, everybody knew me already. I established myself as that.
Yeah.
So everybody knew me from that. He's like, hey, bro, that's what's up. I'm like, hey, bro, your CD's the shit, bro. Fucking highly motivated. I was like, all your songs, this. I was quoting some raps. He's like, hey, I appreciate that, little homie. Like as an artist, that's some shit. He's like, that's what's up. Like, and I don't know what the fuck got in me that I was like, yeah, man, hey, I rap. He's like, you do? I'm like, no, but I got a verse that I wrote, like, you know. And he's like, oh, okay, that's what's up.
Got something though.
I was like, can I rap it for you? He's like, yeah. And I rapped him just what you heard right now. And he was like, hey, that's fucking dope, bro. Like, have you ever recorded in the studio? I'm like, nah. He's like, well, if you ever want to come through, bro, and guys over, fucking pull up, bro.
That's right.
I was like, bet. So I got the invitation, and then we got invited, and then it was me, my boy Guy, and my boy Nico.
Okay.
Oh no, the first time I recorded, it was just me, my boy Guy, and Aztec. And we fucking recorded some shit. And it was that verse, and it was off of. I told them, let me do the beat that was the fucking Jay-Z Dead President's beat with the Nas sample in it. And he's like, all right, but you know, I got all these other beats. So he put another beat on, and I rapped to it. And he was like, what the fuck? And he put another beat on, and I rapped to it. He's like, what the fuck? You could rap the verse to different. It was the same verse.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't different. Shit.
Okay. I was just like, damn. Yeah. I thought you was already. I was like, damn.
But he was still
just
impressed.
jumped out.
Because even him, he was like,
just the tempo.
Yeah.
I could have. So he knew like there was something special about this little motherfucker. And even then, like, yeah, we would freestyle, but like the homie that would freestyle for show is the homie Nico.
Okay.
He could fucking spit like off of anything, you know.
Yeah.
He would. I still take his line till this day, bro. He says I freestyle for miles. I'll throw that in my little throwaway. I'll be like, my freestyle go for miles. You can't deny.
Okay.
You know, put Rolly with a dial about, you know.
That's some shit.
But fucking, we recorded that shit, and then I remember the feeling of hearing my voice was like, because I tried to make it all deep back then. I was like, you know, and then I remember hearing it back, and I was just like, hey, this it's just dope. Like, what the fuck? And then the homie Nico, he was the one that told me about it. So I was like, bro, listen to this shit. He was like, what the fuck, you doing shit now? I'm like, yeah, fool, you got me doing it.
Yeah.
He's like, man, we should all do some shit. I'm like, we fucking should. So the next time it was me, Guy, and the homie Nico, and we did the beat to Am I a Psycho from Tech 9.
Yes,
The Am I a Psycho beat with it's what the song with B.O.B. fucking Hobson.
I actually know that song.
Yeah, bro. So we remixed that shit.
I never really. I listened to that shit, but never really.
I wear my pants until my ass shows.
I fuck with shit.
It was on what? On all sixes and sevens. I think that was on all sixes and sevens. The fucking Am I a Psycho?
Oh yeah. But I know how to look at Dizzy.
Oh, Dizzy Rock.
Dizzy Rock.
Dizzy D Flashy, dog.
Or Dizzy D Flashy.
Dizzy D Flashy, a flashy team.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Actually, let me get
what's the other bro? With the eyes.
What are the name of their fucking
What's the Asian bro?
What are the name of their Funk Volume, right?
Yeah, Funk Volume.
Funk
What
Volume.
was the name? What was it was?
But we were that during that time it was like Team Backpack Ciphers, and we all of it, like that's what I'm saying. Like us as three homies, we recorded, and then we just became a group, and we started rapping together. And we like I didn't know how to rap, like I still was figuring it out, even though I had like a dope verse or whatever that I like pulled out of my ass for the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to structure shit.
Out,
I didn't know how to write. So Aztec was the person that like took his time to show us and really like this is what do you know what bars are? Do you know how to count bars?
Exactly.
I heard people talk about all that bars, but like
poetry basically.
That exactly. Yeah. And he lined it up and showed us, and we're like, oh, and the timing and the 4 bars and it's 16 bars because it's 4 and 4 like a hook. 4.
I'd be more like a haiku rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Like goddamn. Okay, so he really took time to show us and really. You know, really gave us insight of a lot of shit, you know, and at that time in high school, I didn't know how
They
to.
showed
I'm a kid, bro.
They
So
showed
like,
you that shit in school, but didn't you
Nah,
didn't
drugs.
pay attention
Nah,
to the
drugs.
no, but you didn't.
I ain't gonna lie.
drugs, drugs.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that response.
And drugs,
Yeah.
and alcohol, and partying, and
Yep.
being young, and
Yeah.
and not taking shit serious, and like you said, thinking this is gonna be. Oh, we're gonna have this all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't
It ain't.
believe it, bro.
It ain't gonna be there forever.
Because tech stopped.
Yeah.
He stopped for a while. Like, and that was it was not during that time, but during that time he had to tell me because he seen I love tech to death, bro. That's why he's my brother, because he knew a lot before I knew what the fuck I was doing. So like we'd innocently do biking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd be chiefing already, we'd be drinking,
Mm-hmm.
we'd be kicking it, but like during sophomore, junior year,
Right when it took off.
it became, and like at the time it's innocent, man. We're fucking getting them at like what, 25 cents,
GG.
some stupid shit,
Yeah.
and then I don't even know why the fuck my homie knows why to get these.
Yeah.
It's like they just make you float. Right? Now we're playing. I don't want to say too much, but you know we playing them for a good amount, $1 or $2. Getting it,
So,
now it's becoming a fact. Like, what's $1 to you, bro? Like, you want 2 of them? Let's get it.
Let's go.
For fucking Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday night is fucking after school.
Yeah.
We kick it. Like, we already go to the run.
Why go back?
Everybody
and forth,
lines
back
up
and
at Safeway. We fucking go kick it, get some in and out. Then we go to fucking parties. We go kick it with some brief. Like,
Whatever.
it's chilling. Saturday, let's get it. Wake up, Eric. What are you doing? Oh, we're probably still sleeping over from the homie's house. Like, we wake up at the homie's house. Oh, let's go. What are we doing? We're going to get breakfast at McDonald's. Let's go fuck around. Who has weed? Let's go wake and bake at the home.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Always,
and then
every day.
it becomes that, you know, and then Sunday, we chill.
Yeah.
Once we graduated, Sunday became fun day.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a job now. We're working and we're doing this, and time ain't like, so every day was kind of so to tell me to take shit serious during that time was hard, because I felt like I was an adult and I was paying bills.
Same here.
But you're fucking up and you're not thinking the way that you should be thinking.
Good. I made it.
I'm
set. Yeah.
We're having fun, and it's not until you realize, how long have I been doing this shit? How many years? Wait a minute. Oh fuck! Now, and it hurts when I'm not taking this shit no more, because now it's like, oh, this little blue one. Oh, it's just less than it, but let's just do it. Let's just eat fucking 80. Cut the 80 in half. It feels like a bite. Then now you're doing half of 80. Now you're doing full fucking OP.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. How did I get here?
And the next day I'm like, we're drinking lean. Lean's the same
Lean
shit.
got me done.
But that's why Aztec was the person that told us, where he's like, every time we smoke weed, every time we drink, he wouldn't say shit. As soon as he seen, because I'm not gonna lie. All right, another story. Me and the homie guy and Nico, we'd all talk about music and talk about all this. Me and the homie guy really bonded over Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Lil Wayne was the man. The mixtape, Wheezy, all the dedication shit, all the fucking, can't feel my face shit, bro. Like all the shit he did with Jules Santana, shit.
The shit that they never released.
All the shit they never released, bro. They still fucking do a lot of dope shit that they did, bro. They still have some songs, like all that shit, right? What's Wheezy? Me and my drink.
Mm-hmm. Still popping animal. Fuck
in the
him.
studio, me and my drink.
I was slapping that shit back.
Me and my thing, thinking about it, serving somebody that perfect. That shit, and I'm gonna be 100. At like 6th grade, I almost got expelled from elementary for bringing alcohol.
Damn.
Because we was a little stupid. You know, we was wilding, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I was I think 7th grade, my boy Edgar. No. I'm lying. I was in 8th grade. My boy Edgar was in 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
He got put on by all the older motherfuckers. Like, well, we don't get lean. We get NyQuil. So we sip NyQuil or Robitussin. Stupid ass.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid ass.
Yeah, basically.
I'm in 8th grade, so my older homie's telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I guess we're getting.
That's what we're doing.
We're walking to the store. We walked to fucking to Long's before it was fucking CVS.
Yeah.
Go. Steal fucking NyQuil. We didn't even see which one it was. Our dumbass is steal the one with Vicks. Go back to the crib. Pour up in a Sprite that we stole too. Fucking pour almost half a fucking bottle. And we're drinking that shit. It tasted disgusting. It was the fucking nastiest shit. I'm like, why would you finish it, bitch? Drink that shit. Stop it. Him almost throwing up from drinking. I'm like, you're telling me to drink it? Look like you don't even want to drink it. Fuck it. Drink it, bitch. We went through all this trouble. We walked. Fuck it. Drink it. That's the only homie I'll ever fucking, to this day, probably even, if you would have told me to do, if you would have told me to do meth, I would have slapped him. I'll probably be like, you know what? Whatever. But yeah, no, that was the only shit that I was like, man. So we didn't, lean, I knew what lean was, because fucking 3-6 Mafia, fucking sipping on some scissor, like, that was early, and my uncle put me up on game, was like, that's a prescription, that's it. But we were trying to make that fake shit, right?
Yeah.
So that was 8th grade.
Yeah.
Me and Guy would talk about it because, like you said, where you get something from the doctor or your grandma had a little bit, you fucking see. I'm fucking sick of that. So we'd always talk about it, man. Fucking, have you ever had lean? I'm like, I've had some lean. It's like, nah, but you had that real lean. I'm like, I'm like, bro, there's the one that like you put in and then it like automatically like would fucking like mix. And then there's that jelly one.
Yeah, you had to fucking,
you know, it's like that real deal. So we're talking about all this shit. We're stupid ass little kids, bro. Like, what the fuck we talking about in freshman year? So we start kicking it, making music a year later. All kicking it. We kick it at Nico's house. So it was either Aztec's house, where he lived on the west side, and he had a fucking apartment on the top of the. He lived on the top apartment. And he had his room, he had the living room, and he had the fucking other room that was the studio. So we do the music there. Guy had his room. Sometimes his brother Aztec would come through and bring the studio to his room. Okay. And that's where we would record. And then Nico ended up getting hand-me-down the studio setup that his brother did because his brother stopped making music. So we ended up just having the studio on Angela Street, bro, in Turlock, bro, and that was the motherfucking spot. Yeah. We just be kicking it in the hood, just posted, and I remember we were just chilling after we got done recording a couple songs. The homies are playing fucking Madden because my boy Guy only plays Madden. He buys the fucking PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 5, and he only played Madden. Now he plays other games and shit. Back then it was only Madden.
I was like that with my baseball game.
He's a fucking savage.
So they would game I bet money on 60.
He's that dedicated. Nico, he's a gamer. He plays all that shit. But Madden, he loves football. They're both Niner fans. They love that shit. So they're going head to head. Every time they play, don't even walk by the TV. Get the bird. You know, they're like that. Yeah. So I'm just kicking it, chilling, thinking of rhymes, thinking of this. And Nico's fucking little cabinets are fucking opened. And I just remember seeing a little bottle. And I was like, fuck it. And I opened it and I pull out the fuck this big bottle. Like this much gone, you know, like this much gone, this much in it. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? He's like, what? I'm like, where the fuck where'd you get this? He's like, oh yeah, my grandma, she gets that shit all the time. She gives me all her shit, but she don't drink it. I'm like, bro, you have lean like that, and you just fucking. And as soon as I said lean, I've never seen Guy pause a fucking game. I've never seen him fucking stop a game or even like move to fucking stop a game. Man,
for nothing.
He paused that shit and went lean. I was like, bro, look. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, you have a fucking. Like, you have the big one. Yeah. Like the 24 wasn't even the same. It was like the fucking big ass ones. And he's like, bro. He opened the other cabinet. He had 2 brand new bricks, bro. Just. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Let's go to 7-Eleven, bro. Yeah. We're gonna get the big one, bro. Bro, we went to go slang, bro. It was over. So from that introduction, we was in the world of it, you know. And then more and more in Aztec. Every time he see that we was pulling up, he didn't give a fuck about anything else. But that was the one thing he was just like, he really like let us know, like, you guys fucking stupid. Yeah. You guys, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck, you know, and we're like,
liquid heroin.
And we didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
We didn't fucking know, bro.
I did not know.
And I just remember looking at him like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Chill, we're just sipping. He's like, and he'd leave. Like, he literally wouldn't even want to come. Like, he'd leave. We're like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and I'd be like, bro, your brother's tripping. He's like, yeah, no, he was trying to talk shit. But it's because his pops used to do I didn't know that shit. Yeah. Opiates and all. He really put me up on game, and really, as a homie, told me when I was doing bad, was like, hey, bro, I love you, bro, but I just had a kid, and I can't have that type of shit around, bro. And I'm not saying you bring that around, but like, that's what that brings around, bro.
Yeah.
And he told me before I even knew. And I was like, bro, what? And he's like, I just can't have you kick it here, bro. Like, you can't come through.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. Like, you know, I was like,
yeah.
and I wasn't like, fuck you. I was just like, I was hurt. I was like, damn, I fucked, like, am I fucking up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to, you know, figure it out. We all figured it out and stopped our shit and stopped what it was. And, you know, it took time, you know, but like, same, you know, we figured it out, you know. And like I said, I was on my own during those times and doing shows in Merced, figuring it out. Yeah. I remember my first show, I was fucking on some shit, bro. Doing my shit. I remember getting the response that was like, I didn't expect people to fucking
That's
like
crazy.
me, but people fucked with me, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the type of shit that like, the whole journey of it was just like, you know what, bro? I have a bigger purpose. So a lot of that was me figuring it out, having to get my shit together, life. Yeah. You know, and by the time I got it all together, I was already like my 20s. Yeah. 23, 24. And I'm like, and I'm going to tech like, bro, we need to do this shit. And he's like, I'm
already done over it.
And I'm like, nah, bro, we gotta figure, like, we're gonna do some shows.
Yeah.
We're gonna do videos.
Yeah.
And he literally was like, where? I'm like, and I didn't know what to tell him. I didn't know how to tell him, like, I don't know, bro. Like,
but we gonna do it.
I said, I don't know, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I left it at that. And then I started doing the sessions. And I started doing that. I didn't even tell nobody at the sessions I rap, bro.
Yeah.
I was just making, you know, do your thing. Yeah. And eventually it became a time where, like, we were gonna do a fucking karaoke night or some shit like that. And then the homegirl Laura was like, wait, you rap? Wait, y'all do music? And Ace was like, I do. Like, I barely started meeting Ace. He's like, I do music too. And they just put us on the flyer, and we did a show for the vendors because there was nobody else there other than the little customers that would come every now and then. And it became what it became little by little, and we started putting ourselves out there. And we do different sessions in different places that the homies were doing, and it became from the vendors to now there's people coming, and now there's actually, and we made a name off of that. And then Tech was like, wait, you're actually doing shit, bro. I'm like, bro, come through.
I'm back.
Now we established and started becoming, because like I said, simultaneously, even before that, my homie found me and was like, you need to do a cipher. You need to do that. Yeah. And it was, I would do that, and then I would stop for a minute, and then I have to do this. So there was a lot of times where, like, music came and went, but it was never, like, gone fully, you feel me? It was just, I noticed what needed to be done. I noticed the pieces I needed to gather together, and I didn't know, by the time I was fucking 20, I still didn't understand, like, the business side of it, but I knew, like, I gotta figure this the fuck out. And I would watch interviews. All I did was watch Sway in the Morning, fucking Breakfast Club, fucking all the interview. Everybody from the beginning. I seen G-Eazy blow up before G-Eazy fucking had hella views like that. I seen Fora blow up before Fora had anything. I seen some Russ before Russ had it. I seen so many artists that are now like. And I seen them before they had any